Hey everyone, Chris McGinnis here. I had an okay week. I had a job interview earlier on this week. I believe it went very well, so feeling good, feeling positive about that. But now it's time to bring all the positivity to a halt. That's right, we're here to do this again. So welcome to part 3 of Let's Try and Keep from Bludgeoning Ourselves with a Dull Object as we read My Immortal. As always, we start with an author's note into this section. So, here we go. Author's note. STFU. Prepsis stop flaming, okay? If you didn't look it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris, it's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock preps suck. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Yep, misery sounds about right. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed all of her clearage with a white apron that said "Thick" and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like one dress I'd seen Amy Lee wear once. Mother of God, that was a long sentence. Darkness, parentheses, who was Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace-up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out Darkness, Diabolo, Crab and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before, too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Stanism. Boy, that must be a great religion. The worship of Stan. Stan Marsh from South Park? Stan from the Ben Folds song, The Ascent of Stan? Whatever. Stop talking about good things, back to this crap. OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Enemy, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright, you have to go. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said, smiling, but you have to tell me why you're being all erective. Erective? The hell? I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow in my foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. Well, very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But, spelled like... no, the body part, but, we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There's only one person who's capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school, and her name is... Enemy, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Next section. And it's loading. Here we go. Author's notes. The hut the fuck up bitches. You're just jealous cause I got 10,000 revowels. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me about the books. Girloo, rock, let's go shopping together. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumble, Dumb, and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops, she made a mistake, he corrupted her. She means, hi everybody, come in. Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Crabbe and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Villy Vollo. Who the hell is Villy Vollo? I ate, spelled like the number, some Count Chocula, and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me and it was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire, Draco, WTF, I asked. You fucking bastard, yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. Not in the Great Hall, you don't. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, fuck you, motherfucker, she labs me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then, he jumped on Draco. Parentheses, no, not in that way, you perv. They start to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a gray robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everybody gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort. Ebony. Ebony, Darth Vader said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed missen. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before, then I shall kill Draco too. Please don't make me kill him, please, I begged. No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me. It's a strange way to act towards someone who's crying. Suddenly my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lightning flash and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist in a depressed way. No, I screamed sexily. I suddenly looked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, Ennaby, said Vampire all sensitive. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like in The Ring 2? It's okay, girl, spelled G-U-R-L, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, Bick, I said sadly, and then we went. Next section. Author's notes. Perhaps stop flaming the story, you're just jealous, so fuck you, okay, go to hell, Raven, thanks for thy help. We had deviation next, so I got Professor Trevelry about the visions. Konnichiwa, everybody come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. Spelled G-R-A-T-E. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish. Yes, Polish, because it has a capital P with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it, Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? Do spelled like due date. How about now, she asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone, Professor Trevelyan said, and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany, she pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exorcise, spelled as in exercising the demon, and in parentheses, get it? 1 on page 3. No, it's a terrible pun. You're a terrible writer. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried, is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crystal ball to lock it. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Converse shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, cunts, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco, and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited. Again, I just want to reiterate, I'm reading through this blind, not having read anything before, so again, adult language throughout. I apologize, it's not my words, it's the stories. Really? Dropping a C-bomb out of nowhere like that? What the hell? Alright. Next chapter. Author's note. Stop flamming, okay? If you do not, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up. And I'll tell all the nerds to put virtues in your computer. Fuck you, Raven Fangs, for the help. I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside, and then we went into Draco's black car. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trevolry say? Whispered Draco, putting his gothic wit hand with the black nail polish on mine. She said she would tell me what the visions meant tomorrow, I grumbled in a sexy voice. I took out a heron cabaret, spiked it, and gave it to me to spork. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it. Draco put on some MCR. And all the things that you never told me, and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, sang Gerard's sexy voice. We started tearing of each other's clothes fervently. He took off my black thong and my black leather bar. I took off his black boxers. Then, he put his throbbing you-know-what in my tool sexily. Oh, what the hell? Excuse me. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. Why the hell did I decide to do this? Oh, I need to be drinking something stronger than water. Okay. OMFG, Draco, I screamed, having an orgasm. We started Frenching passively. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting 2 gothic men with long black hair. No, please don't fucking kill us, they pleaded, but he just kept shooting them. He ran away in a red car. No! Oh my fucking god, I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked me as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his black Linkin Park mobile. But the worst thing was the people who were shot in the dream were Lucian and Sirius. Author's note. Preps, stop Fleming, does 3, okay? If you do not like the story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep, you suck. Oh, why and I wasn't being racist, okay? A few mutates later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, black leather pants, and a good Shralot t-shirt. Hi, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexily, trying to comfort me. I started to cry tears of blood and then told them what happened. Oh, fuck it, Vampire shouted angrily. He4 started to cry sadly. Yes, H-E number 4. He4. What fucking dick did that? I don't know, I said. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore. We ran out of the tree and into the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said, while we whipped some tears from his white face. Enemy had a vision in a dream, spelled D-R-E-E-M. Jesus. Double Ogerer started to cackle. Ha 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 ha. And how do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional? I glared at Dumbledore. Look, motherfucker, he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. Parentheses, see, is the toot of Cractor? What the hell? You know very well that I'm not decisional. Now get some fucking people out there to look for Sirius and Lucian. Porto. Okay, he said in an intimated voice. Where are they? I thought about it. Then all of a sudden, long gone, I said. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff. After a few mistunes, he came back and said people were going out looking for them. After a while, someone called him again. He said that they had been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all left our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office while Vampire went to slit his wrists in his room. We looked at each other's gothic, derpurist eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came in on stretchers, and Professor Sinister was behind them. Next section. You know what? I do not give a fuck what you preps think about me, so stop Fleming the fucking story bitches. Thanks to Raven for your love and support and help. I love you, girl, so as I couldn't update lol, I was really depressed and I slit my wrist. I had to go to the hospital. Raven, you rock. Girl. Everyone in the room stated to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. Come on, Ennaby, said Professor Sinatra. God almighty, she's not even trying anymore. She was wearing a gothic black leather dress with a corset top and real vampire blonde and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you the fucking perdition. I looked at Lucian, Sirius, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smiled happily and went into a dark room. I had changed. Professor Sinister took out some black cards. She started to look into a black crucible ball. She said, Terra, I see Drac times are near, she said badly. She peered into the balls. You see, you must go back in time. What? She took out a time turner like Bloody Mary had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts, before he became powerful, he got his heart broken. Now do you think he would have become Voldemort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he's still evil, then you must kill him. You can come to my room tomorrow and you can do it. Okay, I said sadly. We did Death's touch sin. I went outside sadly. What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire. Yeah, what happened? Asked Darkness, Willow, and Baldy Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being fond. Everyone was proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were obviously trained to be gothic, wearing the HAM sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crab and Goiki set up some fireworks in the shape of skulls from Wesley's Wizard Wises. I put on my invisibility cloak with Vampire and Draco, and we sneaked outside together. Author's note. I said stop geflemming the story. It was a miscat when Professor Rillery said that. Go to fucking hell. You suck. Thanks to Philly for the help. Raven, have fun with Kiwi. We went into a black room. The walls were black with portraits of gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marilyn Mason all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined the black box. There were 3 chairs made of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it, fishnet stockings, and a black leather thong underneath. I sat down in one of the chairs dispersedly. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire asked, putting his alabastard hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on it. Yeah, I guess, I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. The problem is, I have to seduce Voldemort. I'll have to go back in time. Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Ebby, he said finally, but what about me? You're not going to break up or anything, are you? Of course not, I gasped. Of course spelled like the synonym for rough. Really? He asked. Sure, I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took off Draco's MCR shirt and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a Stallone. What? Okay, that's the first entertaining thing I've read in this entire story. Hung like a Stallone. Jesus Christ. I need a minute. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said enemy on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took a video camera. I had said it was okay before. I took off my clothes and we were in the rid of our life. Oh, we were in for the rid of our life. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. I love you, Ebba. Oh, let me feel you, I need to feel you, he screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGoggle. I swear that last time I did a section of this, I had a sore throat after it was finished. Now my throat's starting to get dry and I'm coughing in this. This story is making me physically ill. You're witnessing it right now. Okay, almost done this part, thank God. Author's notes. Sot das fuck up. You're just jealous cause you're prep, so fuck you. Raven, you rock girl, thanks for the help, MCR Rock 666. Oh my Satan, we screamed as we jumped out of the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot at us angrily. Come now, Professor McGonagall yielded. We did guiltily. We left the room putting on our clothes. Snake garbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. Caramel. Hey, what the fuck? Vampire shooted angrily. Yeah, Buster, what the fuck are you going to do with the fucking camera? Draco demanded, all protective, looking at me longingly with his gothic red eyes. Look, Dumbledore knows your little secret, and if you do this again, then you will go to St. Mango, so give back the camera. Ha ha ha, the mystery of magic thinks he is crazy. There is no way they will believe him, Snoop laughed meanly. Yes, so shut your mapooth, you innocent fools, yelled Professor McGoggle. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry all sexy and sexitive. Get it? Cause he's a sex bomb, lol, Tom Felnut rules for life, but not as much as Gerard. Your sex on legs, I love you, you fucking rock, marry me. Damn parentheticals. I started to cry tears of blood. It happens in Vampire Chronicles. Raven said so, okay, so fuck you. That's another parenthetical. Vampire pulled out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. Okay, from here on out, I'm referring to handkerchiefs as handkerchiefs. And then, he and Snoop both took out guns using magic. Snoop Dogg was there? Oh, shit. They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the ballots got on each other yet. I took out my wand. Crocio, I shouted. Snap started to scram. He dropped the gun, but it was too late. Both of them had run out of ballots. I stopped the curse. Professor McGoggle did a spell so that we were all chained up. She took out a box of tools. Then she said, okay, Cerberus, I'm going to go now. She left. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry. It's okay, Anna B., said Draco. Evergreen will be alright. Remember, Decidio you took of Snape. Snape laughed again, and then he took out some whips. Oh my god. This is gonna be terrible, isn't it? This is gonna be painful in a number of ways. Author's notes. Stop flamming the story, okay? You do not know what's even gonna happen, okay? So fool you. If you flam, you will be a prep, so all flammers can kiss my ass. So's for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous, but that's the mysteries opening, cause society basically sucks. Thanks to Raven, you rock Vic. No, we screamed sadly. Snape started loafing meanly. He took out a camera angrily. Then, he came towards Darko. He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle. "What the fuck are you doing?" I shouted angrily. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dork mark on his you-know-what. He waved his wand and the knife came. He gave the knife to me. "You must stab Vampire," he said to me. "If you don't, then I'll wrap Draco." "No, you fucking bastard," I yielded. But then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressing and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram. Lol, get it? 'Cause I'm a Satanist between Kurt Cobain and Gerard. How is that even a pun? What the hell does that mean? But then I looked at Vampire and he looked so smexy too with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed and the time I did it with Draco and Dumbledore came and the time where Draco almost committed suicide and Vampire was so sportive. Snape laughed angrily. He started to pray, spelled like the synonym for victim, to Voldemort. He started to do an incapacitation, dancing around the Stokes, whipping Draco and Vampire. Suddenly, an idea I had. I closed my eyes and using my vampire's powers, I sent a telepathic message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. "Dumbledore will get you," Draco shooted. "Yeah, just wait up till the mystery find out," Vampire yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. "You ridiculous dunderhead," Snoop yielded. He took off all of Draco's clothes. Just as he was about to rape him, "Crucio," I shitted, pointing my wound. I think you should see a doctor for that. Snoop scrammed and started running around the room screaming. Meanwhile, I grabbed my black mobile and sent a text to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio. "You dunderhead, I'm going to kill," shooted Snape, but suddenly Cerberus came. Snape put the whip behind his back. "Oh, hello, Sev. I was just teaching them something," he lied. But suddenly Lucian and Professor Trevelry came into the room, and Jay and Sirius unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. Then Professor Trevelry said, "Come on, Ebony, let's go." Author's note. I said, "Shut the fuck up, you queffs. Stop calling Ebony a Mary Sue, okay? You do not even know what's going to happen, so fuck you. Thanks to my BFF Raven for thy help. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a bitka." Parentheses, Buffy rocks. Sirius said to Snape. This time they actually spelled bitka, quote-unquote, correctly by spelling it B-I-T-C-A. All the other times they've been spelling B-I-C-H, which I've been pronouncing as Bic, or B-I-C-A, Bicka. You know what? I'm not explaining myself. Let's get this over with. No, I'm not. I was teaching them something. Snap clammed. Oh, fucking yeah? I took some black Voldemort serum out of my pocket and gave it to Cerberus. He made Snap drink it. He did it angrily. Then Lucius took out a tape recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. Then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while Snape told his secrets. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me a million times. Professor Trevelry took me to a dark room. Now I was going to go back in time to seduce Voldemort. Moving posters of MCR Nirvana were all over. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Tom Ridd's store. "What's in the bag?" I asked Professor Trevelry. "You will see," she said. I opened the bag. It was a sexy, tight, low-smut black leather gothic dress. It had red corset stuff and there was a slit up the leg. I put it on. My friends helped me put on black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blood red lipstick. "You look fucking kawaii, bitch," Bloody Mary said. "Fangs," I said. Oh, look at that. They spelled bitch right, finally. "Fangs," I said. "Okay, now you're gonna go back in Tim," said Professor Sinister. "You'll have to do it in a few sessions." She gave me a black gun. I put it in a strap on my fishnets like in Red is Net Evil. She gave me a black time tuner. "After an hour, use the time tuner to go back here," Professor Trevelry said. Then she and Bloody Mary put a pensive in front of me. Everyone went in front of it. "Good luck," everyone shooted. Darkness and Willow gave me Death's Touch Sin. Then I jumped sexily into the pensive. Suddenly I was in front of the school. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I'd ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, kind of like Mikey Way, only black. He had grand eyes like Billy Joe Armstrong, and pale with skin. He was wearing a black ripped-up suit with Vans. It was Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil's a Tolkien character. What the hell is he doing here? Okay, last section for this part. Author's notes. I said stop flaming. I know his name isn't Tom Bombadil. That was a mistake. If you do not like this story, then you can go screw yourself. You suck. Hi, I said flirtily. I'm Ennaby Wade, a new student. I shook my pale hands with their black nail polish with him. The name's Tom, he said, but you can call me Satan. That's my middle name. We shook hands. Well, come on, we have to go upstairs, Satan said. I followed him. Hey, Satan, do you happen to be a fan of Grende, since MCR and Evanescence don't exist yet then, I asked. Oh my fucking god, how did you know, Satan guessed. Actually, I like GC a lot too. Get it, because GC did that song I Just Want to Live that sounded really 80s? Nothing worse. OMG, me too, I replied happily. Guess what? They have a concert in Hogsmeade, Satan whispered. Hogsmeade? Yeah, I asked. Yeah, that's what they used to call it in these times before it became Hogsmeade in 2000, he told me all secretively. Wait, I thought you went back in time. What year is this? And there's a really cool shop called Hot Topic, I finished happily again. He frowned confusedly. No, it's called Hot Issue. He smiled secretly again. Then in 1998 they changed it to Hot Topic, he moaned. What year is this? Oh, now everything was making sense for me. So is Dumbledore your Prince Pill? I shouted. Uh-huh. He looked at his black nails. I'm in Slytherin. OMFG, me too, I shred kid. You go to this skull? Get it, 'cause I'm gothic? He asked. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm new, I smelled happily. Suddenly, Dumbledore flew in on his broomstick and started shredding at us angrily. No talking in the halls. He had short blonde hair and was wearing a polo shirt from American Ogle Outfitters. Stupid goths. Satan rolled his eyes. He's so mean to us goths and punks just because we're in Slytherin and we're not preps. I turned around angrily. Actually, I think maybe it's because you're the Bark Lord. WTF, he asked angrily. Oh, nothing, I said sweetly. Then suddenly, the floor opened. OMFG, no, I screamed as I fell down. Everyone looked at me weirdly. Hey, where are you going? Satan asked as I fell. I got out of the hole and was back in the pensive in Professor Trevely's classroom. Dumbledore was there. Dumbledore, I think I just met you, I said. Oh yeah, I remember that, Dumbledore said, trying to be all gothic. Sinister came in. Hey, this is my classroom. Wait, WTF Ennaby, what the hell are you doing? I looked at her. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. WTH how? I screamed, forgetting for the teacher for a second, but she's a goth, so it's okay. Professor Sinister said, I was drinking Voldemort's serum. She started to cry black tears of depression. Dumbledore didn't know about them. Hey, are you crying tears of blood? He asked curiously, touching a tear. Fuck off, we both said, and Dumbledore took his hand away. Professor Sinister started crying again in her chair, sobbing limpid tears. OMFG, Ennaby, I think I'm addicted to Voldemort's serum. Author's notes. See you fucking preps, go fuck yourselves, dead serious issues 20, go to hell. Thank God that's over. Okay. 75% of the way finished with this thing. Just a quarter to go. So, I'm gonna end this for right now. Thank you for, watching my slow descent into madness, and hopefully you'll come back for the last parts. We'll see whether or not my sanity snaps like a Twix bar. So until then, read something that doesn't suck.